Alpen's Apex 20-60x80 spotting scope generates brilliant images full of crisp details by combining an impressive 80mm aperture with fully multi-coated optics. The scope has a built-in zoom eyepiece angled at a comfortable 45 degrees, a dual focus system that allows for both coarse and fine adjustments, a tripod thread, and twist-up eye cups. Waterproof and purged with nitrogen, you can always guarantee the Alpen Apex 20-60x80 spotting scope will be right there with you.
This event today is the Ozark Youth Shooting Team Sportsman's Banquet.
This program teaches kids, and I say that literally, kids. You start out in this program at 8 years old, and from that age, you are pounded with safety, everything.
This is our 9th year, and we do really well. All the money stays here in Benton County, goes to the youth shooting, and it's great things.
We have lots of stuff on auctions, raffle tickets. All the money goes to help support the youth shooting team of Benton County. The money stays here with this organization.
So 850, rather all the way back at 850.
He's a 1-year-old riding the tank. He's pretty big time.
Benton County Quail has been around for many years now. Alpen has been a big supporter of our group. I'm a committee member, I'm a grounds committee member, and I'm a cook committee member. So when you come to our banquets, you always have some good food to eat. The kids that are here and the kids that can't afford to come, we do not turn kids away.
You know, this is the great thing where you can give your knowledge to these kids and then watch them grow. And we've already watched kids grow, go to college, get a degree, and come back and coach in this club.
I think it went fantastic. We had more $500 packages sold tonight than ever.
No hiccups that I know of so far.
We'll be here next year, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
Fully waterproof, fog-proof, Alpen Apex family of binoculars include HD optic design, bringing lasting durability, quality, and magnification ranges that cover tight and distance viewing. The fully coated BA-K4 prism lenses utilize PXA and HR coating platforms, and backed by Alpen's famous limited lifetime warranty. Find your prey with maximum clarity in any light with Alpen's Apex series of binoculars and spotting scopes.
You know, good optics are a must for a hunter. The new Alpen Tetons. They're lighter, they're better in low light, excellent glass. You'll be hard pressed to find that glass for under $1,000, and guess what? $500 right here. Everything that you would want in a pair of optics. I know what I'm looking for, and once I know what I'm looking for and find what it is, that's what I'm interested in buying. The bottom line is they're affordable, they're lighter, and they're great in low light. The new Alpen Tetons. Another deer coming out. All right, this time we're gonna show you how to sight in the Alpen Apex scope. Now Ryan's got his AR-10 and he's got the Alpen Apex 4.5 by 27. Now he also has the sunshade and the honeycomb on it, and it comes with the scope. And what it does is it filters out all this sunlight that we're dealing with here today. So again, your gun would already be bore sighted like this one is. Take the first shot, and then we'll show you how to make the adjustments after that shot. All right, so as I said, the next step was to bring the crosshairs down to the bullet. But before we do that, we're gonna take the caps off and we're gonna pull the turrets off, okay? And there's 3 set screws in there that we're gonna loosen up. We're gonna go ahead and make those adjustments, get everything sighted in, and when we finalize the sight in, we're gonna tighten those set screws, put the turret back so we have a 0 position on it, and then we'll put the caps back on and we're good to go. The next step now is Ryan's gonna hold the bullseye on the red dot, and I'm gonna make adjustments to bring the crosshairs down and over to the bullet. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Pretty close, aren't we?
Yeah, just hair to the
Right. I gotta go to the left. It's gotta go left, right? Or not? Yeah, I gotta go to the left. Are you on, blue? Yep. Okay, so I think this is right.
Good.
And I gotta go down just a little.
Yeah. Other way.
Other way.
Just the side of that red, but I pulled.
So we can pretty much assume that we're on, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the red.
All right, that's all it takes. 3 shots, and we're in the red.
Rugged and stylish, the Alpen Optics high-performance Shasta Ridge binoculars keep everything in sight without letting you down. With a fully waterproof housing and the fully multi-coated PXA BAK4 optics, your adventure will be clear and bright. The rubber housing not only protects, it also looks great. And no matter if you're hunting, shooting, or stargazing, the long eye relief, gas-purged optics of the Alpen Shasta Ridge 8x42 binoculars makes life closer and brighter.
The Alpen Apex 8x42 binocular brings stunning clarity in low-light conditions by combining a superior BAK4 prism with exceptional PXA phase and HR metallic coatings, maximizing light transmission and bringing true-to-life color and crisp definition. The Apex 8x42s are purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and the lenses clear. The sleek roof prism design and durable rubber armor ensure that these optics will last a lifetime and work just as hard as you do. Extreme weather ready with fully multi-coated optics, the completely waterproof and fog-proof Alpen 786 spotting scope gets your prey in range every time. Get close with optical zoom of 20 to 60 times magnification. The included micro-adjustable tripod gives a steady base, allowing you to dial in your target. Powerful enough to bring your focus into crystal clear view at 1,000 yards, the Alpen 786 spotting scope's 80mm aperture brings enough light to conquer almost any conditions. Make your hunt the best you've ever had with the right equipment from Alpen Optics with the durable 786 Alpen Spotting Scope. Alpen MagnaView 8x25s offer performance and value for today's sports optics users, demanding a binocular that delivers. Durable and comfortable, the Alpen MagnaView binocular delivers more features with the BAK7 prism and fully coated optics. Waterproof for all-weather performance, the MagnaView series is purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and the lenses clear. The compact and armored 8x25 Alpen MagnaView binocular, built to last a lifetime.
Alpen Wings These 8x42 binoculars are designed with versatility in mind. The BAK4 fully multi-coated optics, combined with the lightweight and ergonomic open-hinged body design, make these waterproof binoculars the perfect tool for any situation or weather. Armored and purged, these binoculars are tough enough to last against any minor bumps and dings and will never suffer from internal fogging. With the long eye relief and twist-up eye cups, the Alpenwings 8x42 binoculars are the perfect tool for any adventure.
Alpen's Apex 20 to 60 by 80 spotting scope generates brilliant images full of crisp details by combining an impressive 80mm aperture with fully multi-coated optics. The scope has a built-in zoom eyepiece angled at a comfortable 45 degrees, a dual focus system that allows for both coarse and fine adjustments, a tripod thread, and twist-up eye cups. Waterproof and purged with nitrogen, you can always guarantee the Alpen Apex 20 to 60 by 80 spotting scope will be right there with you.
This event today is the Ozark Youth Shooting Team Sportsman's Banquet.
This program teaches kids, and I say that literally, kids. You start out in this program at 8 years old, and from that age, you are pounded with safety, everything.
This is our 9th year, and we do really well. All the money stays here in Benton County, goes to the youth shooting, and it's great things.
We have lots of stuff on auctions, raffle tickets. All the money goes to help support the youth shooting team of Benton County. The money stays here with this organization.
So 850, right there, all the way back at 850.
There's a 1-year-old riding a tank. It's big time.
Benton County Quail has been around for many years now. Alpen has been a big supporter of our group. I'm a committee member, I'm a grounds committee member, and I'm a cook committee member. So when you come to our banquets, you always have some good food to eat. The kids that are here and the kids that can't afford to come, we do not turn kids away.
You know, this is the great thing where you can give your knowledge to these kids and then watch them grow. And we've already watched kids grow, go to college, get a degree, and come back and coach in this club.
I think it went fantastic. We had more $500 packages sold tonight than ever.
No hiccups that I know of so far.
We'll be here next year, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
Fully waterproof, fog-proof, Alpen Apex family of binoculars include HD optic design, bringing lasting durability, quality, and magnification ranges that cover tight and distance viewing. The fully coated BAK4 prism lenses utilize PXA and HO.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to another exciting Wednesday night. And you're watching On the Hunt with Alpine Optics. And I'm your host, Rick White, and I hope everybody's doing this evening. I am out in my yard. Beautiful August day. I mean, 70 degrees, no humidity. It's absolutely beautiful. So, another way to end my day off with Mike McDonald guest. Just kidding. Actually,
Wow. As soon as we go
Mike McDonald
live, Rick's phone starts to lag. Crazy.
Hold on, Rick.
Hold on. What am I holding on for?
Your phone froze up.
Yeah, your phone froze up. As soon as we went live, which is crazy.
I got you.
Because we've been talking for about 25 minutes, and nothing's been going on. It's been perfect.
Well, it never failed. Yeah. So, did everybody hear who my guest was?
Probably. They can see it. That's for sure.
Mike, are you there, Mike? Are you there? SOS.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
He's freezing up.
We're gonna.
Oh, geez. All right. Well,
Rick, reconnect, will you? I'm going to pull Mike up.
I'll sign off.
Hey.
All right.
Mr. McDonald, what have you been up to? You're out riding four-wheelers today, I think.
Yeah, I just got back. I was on my four-wheeler. I was actually running a little bit behind. Rick was about to blow a head gasket, I believe.
You going to play some basketball?
Yeah. I lowered it. I'm not 7 foot tall, so I lowered it down a little bit so I can dunk.
Eye level, right?
Yeah.
Have you got me? Am I back on?
I think we do.
All right. Well, listen. Let's jump right into things. Mike, we're going to talk about season, which opens in just a couple of weeks, and I also want to talk a little bit, even though I know you weren't really exposed to the flood in Kentucky, but I think you know a little bit about it. But I want to talk about not only the flood and some of the damage it did, but what how that may affect areas. But before we go any further, I wanted to touch base with you. I know I called you a little while ago, and you said you were putting up my tree stand. So how did that go?
It's perfect. A couple of the straps were rotten, and it's probably not going to stay up very long, so I don't have to worry about you.
Yeah,
no,
well, he's go ahead.
Your phone keeps cutting out. Your stands are hung. Your camera guy stand is hung. You're good to go. Quit worrying about it. We don't have many deer here in Kentucky. Huh?
Well, that may be, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, listen, season opens up September 3rd. And I'm coming down and hunting. We hunted because last year we had a great hunt, although
thank you, Mom.
So if that's not the gear.
Reset one more time. Take it off the Wi-Fi, Rick.
All right. Well, anyway, what Rick was talking about is he's going to come up and go hunting with me again. Last year he came up here and hunted 3 days and had a great hunt. He's seen 3 shooter bucks 3 days in a row. He only hunted in the evening. Ended up taking a nice velvet buck, and hopefully this year we'll have some deer. We don't have as many big deer as we've had in the past, but we've got a lot of deer up here and on a couple different farms that I hunt on. So
I got
hopefully
a question.
We'll get him. Okay.
What kind of predators you got out there?
Kind of predators?
Yeah.
Like bobcats, fox?
Stuff like that, yeah. I'm just curious.
Yeah, we have a lot of bobcats. We have a lot of foxes. We have a lot of coyotes. On one particular farm that I have, which a lot of people don't believe me when I tell them, I actually have
Sasquatch.
scorpions on it.
Scorpions.
We have little brown scorpions here. I live close to Fort Knox, as most of y'all know, and on one farm I have, we actually have scorpions, and I didn't even realize there were scorpions in Kentucky until I started hunting this farm. And I was flipping rocks over one day to come back to build a sidewalk in my backyard, and I picked a rock up and was like, man, if I didn't know any better, it's a scorpion. And sure enough, it was. So that was kind of wild.
So Phil Smith says he saw a bobcat.
What's that?
Yeah.
Phil Smith says he saw a bobcat.
Oh, yeah. He's Indiana's, I think they may have more bobcats than we are. They don't have a season. We actually have a season. Doesn't come in till November, and it's short, but we usually, okay, he's back. Maybe.
I am back. Paul, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'll tell you a real quick story. I was at Mike's here a while back, and I lifted up a rock, and a whole bunch of crickets went going everywhere, and I started kind of scooting them with my shoe and stuff, and Mike said, no, get back. Those are
What did
you wanted to go
got
fishing?
out right at the good part.
Am I locking up again?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me try going in the house. How about? I don't understand this.
It happens. It's technology, and I'm sitting on a 200 meg up and down signal, so I'm never got anything
my
going.
Wi-Fi is stronger in the house, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's see if this works. I had a full signal outside, but it always works there. Are you hearing me okay now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let me just get set down here.
I know.
Anyways, no, all joking aside, let me just get stuff set up. Mike, we've got deer season. The thing that's unique and why I like to hunt Kentucky is the fact that it's one of the few places that you can hunt when deer are still in velvet. I think that's what so many people are attracted to is being able to hunt a trophy, mature, velvet buck. And I know you've shot several of them, but that's not as big a deal to you. It doesn't seem to really get you going as much as it does me. And maybe that's because you've always had the opportunity, and then like living in the Midwest, we don't start hunting until the 1st of October.
Yeah, I think I killed my first. So we have a lot of tradition here in Kentucky. A lot of people know Kentucky for race horses. We have bourbon. We have velvet bucks. But we also have Louisville, Kentucky basketball and football. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said nothing about football. But I can say something about football now because Kentucky took Iowa to the ringers. And I'm not a Kentucky fan by no means. However, so one of the big things about hunting here in Kentucky, if you ever come to hunt and you're hunting with an outfitter or anybody that lives here in Kentucky, used to be Louisville and Kentucky would play their first football game the first weekend in September, which always fought on deer season. So, we're out there, we're hunting, we're on our phones, we're trying to watch the football game to see who's winning. The last year, I think when Rick was here, it's based on Louisville or Kentucky where they're playing at as to where they're playing. Well, Louisville always used to want to play it as the first game. Kentucky didn't want to because we always beat them, so they wanted to make it the last game so they could practice a little bit. I'm sure a few of my buddies are not liking that. But with that said, so the first buck that I ever shot in velvet was in 2002. And I had never killed a velvet buck. I always wanted to kill one. And then I did. And then I realized how much trouble it was trying to keep the velvet on it to try to get it to the taxidermist. And now I've killed 5 or 6. It's like, it's more trouble than it's worth to me.
Well, it's just the opportunity to be able to do that. It's so cool. First of all, hunting that time of the year, Let's talk a little bit about early season hunting. And I know we've talked about this before, but what do you like the fact that your season opens September 3rd and it runs all the way through the typical deer season into late, is there a specific
Mid-January.
time what's that?
It goes till like middle of January here.
So do you like to hunt one specific time versus another? Is there a time that's better? I mean, the rut's typically better, but do you like to wait until the rut, or do you like hunting that early season?
Well, it really depends. If I've got a great big deer on camera, which I never do, but if I did have a big one on camera, I would want to be in the woods early and I would look forward to it. And I always love hunting those first couple days. It's usually miserably hot. You're sweating. You don't feel like you're hunting, but it's just really a time to get out. You haven't got to hunt, and you get out and you see the first couple deer, and it's all worth the heat and the sweat and everything that goes into it. But I'm with you. I would probably rather hunt from October 31st till November the 15th. That's probably my favorite time to hunt.
Well, next week's guest is going to be Phil Dixon, who is the marketing guy behind ElimaShield, and we'll let him talk about the science of scent elimination and stuff. But how important is it to you, not only just throughout deer season, but especially early in the season when it is hot and you're sweating?
Oh, it's probably the most important thing. I tell people all the time, you can probably kill a deer wearing a white t-shirt. But if you smell like an old, wet, dirty white t-shirt, you're not going to kill a deer. So, I think that's the number one important thing. And there's a lot of stuff on the market that says it works or it doesn't work. And I have people tell me all the time that it doesn't work. But my answer to them is, maybe it doesn't work, but it can't hurt. And I'm going to take every advantage I can. And ElimaShield is definitely by far the best product I've ever used. 3 velvet bucks, 3 years in a row, opening day. It was slightly windy, and I've never done that until I started using ElimaShield. So I believe that does have something to do with it. You also want to try to play the wind, but as you know, last year you had a nice deer come in, and the wind swirled, and it didn't spook. It didn't run off. It didn't blow, but it turned around. It knew something wasn't right. And there were 2 of you all there. So any other time, I believe if you wasn't wearing any scent elimination type product at all, you would have probably been busted and blowed out of the woods.
Yeah, the bottom line is it does work. Is it guaranteed 100% of the time? Absolutely not. I've used a lot of different scent elimination companies. In fact, I was affiliated with one for a long, long time, which was a good product. But there has been nothing that I've used, in my opinion, that is superior to ElimaShield. It's the best, hands down, that I've used. But anyways, so you guys have had some devastating rains. Have they let up here lately?
Yeah. We actually haven't had any rain now, probably for about 5 days. We have been pounded with rain. We had a drought. It probably went about a month and a half without any rain. Corn around here was looking terrible. It was already starting to wilt. A lot of farmers that I'm talking to, they're pulling ears back, and it's only having an inch or 2 of corn on the bottom of it. And a lot of that's not going to recoup. But I think that was mostly the people that got their corn out early. Here, people like to plant corn like first week of May. And I noticed this year a lot of people put it out a little early because we had that warm snap. When you was here turkey hunting, you noticed it was exceptionally warm. But I think that corn came up and it was doing good, but then it had that hard drought and it just stunted it. But we did have 4.5 inches of rain one night. We had about 7 inches of rain in one day, and that's here in central Kentucky. And over in eastern Kentucky, when they get that type of rain there, it's more hilly country, and they have a lot of runoff. And when that rain starts collecting, it's just devastating. and what it done to the whole eastern part of Kentucky. There is still, I don't know the exact numbers, but there are a lot of people without homes. It will never be the same. It is as bad as anything that I've ever seen, any type of flooding. And, that's not probably, I don't know how to say it in a great way, but it's not a wealthy part of Kentucky. So a lot of those people need a lot of stuff, and they still need a lot of stuff.
Right. Now, as far as relating it to deer hunting, are they going to have to change some of their tactics, or is the rain, is everything back to normal at this point, or what? How does it affect? It affects habitat, obviously, but does it affect anything for the upcoming deer season?
I don't think it will. I mean, it's been really hot here. So I think one of the biggest problems that with a lot of the rain that we had, it rained so hard and it was so dry, it didn't soak in and it just ran off and it caused a lot of flooding. I don't think it's going to affect the hunting any. If anything, we definitely needed the rain. I mean, as bad as it was with all the rain, I think it kept us from getting like what's it called? I'm drawing a blank, and I should know this. Not blue tongue, but the other thing. I think that's where we were headed. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, EHD.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, any other time I would have told you that 100 times. But I'm sitting here, my neighbor's blowing grass all over the street, and that's like my biggest pet peeve.
Well, I can talk for a while if you want to run over and get him.
No, that's okay. No, I just, you see people riding motorcycles and stuff, and you blow wet grass all over the road, and it just isn't a great combination. So that's a perfect,
right.
That's a public safety announcement. Don't blow your grass on the road.
That's great. All right. So you don't think it's going to have any, long-term effect on the deer season, or even short-term effect? What tips do you have for someone that wants to get out, and whether your season opens in September or it opens up the first part of October, however you look at it, when it opens, it's early season, and some areas you can hunt over bait and some areas you can't. So what would you tell folks as far as, what tips do you have for hunting early season? Because you absolutely have to hunt it differently than you do come rut, in my opinion.
Yes. Well, you definitely want to hunt a food source. Probably close to thick cover. If you're hunting a farm and you're going to try and you want to kill a buck early season, deer are very patternable, but they're creatures of habits to a certain extent, but they still are going to bed in thick spots. They're still going to go to food. What I like to try to do is, if I have a thick area or a bedding area, I would try to plant a food plot close to it, as close as possible, and maybe try to intercept or stay close. The closer to the bedding area you are, the better chance you're going to have as to seeing those deer in daylight, because they like to move that last hour of night. Well, if a deer gets up an hour at night and the bedding area is 2 hours from where you're hunting, it probably isn't going to help. And a lot of deer want to get up. They want to get water. They want water. They want food. So if you got a place where you can get around food and water, that's where I would put it. And, here in Kentucky, we can put corn out, and we definitely use it. A lot of people don't like that, but it's a tool. It's just like any other tool. I mean, I could say the same thing about compound bows and crossbows and everything else, but it's a tool to help you get your end goal, and that's a deer.
Yep. Well, let me give you a Rick White tip for hunting early season. And I believe that if you'll listen to what I'm saying, it will make you more successful. It absolutely will. Hunt food sources, like you said, but I do not. Deer are very patternable this time of the year. They're creatures of habit, just like you said. Do not go and disrupt that pattern. So by what I mean by that, that time of year, I only hunt evenings. Okay, I know a lot of people can't wait for deer season to open and they want to get out and go hunting right away. Unless you can absolutely get to a place between the food and the bedding without bumping the deer off the food source, do not do it in the morning because you will disrupt that pattern. And a mature buck, if you bump them, you will not see them for several days, most likely. So I do not hunt mornings. I get in the afternoon. I get in early. I go in quiet. I go in scent free. And I do not get near those bedding areas. I get near the food source, trying to catch them coming into the food. That's my tip for you.
Phil Smith.
Well,
Phil Smith says they're finding deer that have died from EHD in Indiana.
I believe it.
You know, a couple of years ago, they had really bad case of finding a lot of them. And generally in Iowa, we have some years where it's real bad too. Now this year, keep our fingers crossed, has not been very bad. A couple here and there, but that's typical. That's every year. But right now, we do not have a widespread number of deer dying from EHD. And generally right now is the time of the year that you're going to find them if you're going to have a problem. I hope that they're not finding too many in Indiana. They really can't take much more of that because they had a bad year and they're just maybe now starting to bounce back. And if they have another bad year, it's going to be tough on them.
And most biologists will tell you, if you talk to your local biologist, every year there is EHD hit in all different areas. It happens every year, regardless of a drought. It could be a different county. It's always there's a small amount of it. So people, they don't see it because it's a smaller amount of it. But just about every year here in Kentucky, some county will have like a case or two of EHD, and everybody starts to panic. But as you know, even in Iowa, it could rain at your house, and it may not hunt where we hunt in Unit 1. You know, you're over in Unit 1, it might be dry. I can't even, I'm just trying to lie. We're not in Unit 1. I told them Unit 1 to get them away from us. But anyway, so it does happen. I'll never tell the truth. You know, like I keep telling Rick, there's big deer here everywhere, and we have none.
Well, listen, when we had the year we had it really bad, just to give folks an idea, we in about a mile circumference of area, we found I think it was right around 75 dead deer. Okay, so that's a lot. In like a square mile on about 3 different farms surrounding. I found on our farm, I found 32. So that's a bad year. If you go out and you find one and you might hear of another one, like Mike said, that's going to happen. It might not be that bad, but when you talk to that farmer and he said, I found 10 and the next door neighbor, I found 9 and I found 13. And then you're getting into some bad numbers,
And according to biologists, I believe, they say if your deer get it, some deer live through it. It doesn't kill every deer, but some deer will get it. They will live through it. And the deer that live through it produce deer that are immune to it. And those deer are less susceptible to getting it and killing them off. So it's kind of a good thing in a way. I guess it's kind of like getting a flu shot. They say if you get a flu shot, then if you get the flu, it won't be as bad. And I believe that's the same thing with EHD.
So Phil says they found 57 in one county on Monday.
Yeah, and that could be the sign of some probably bigger numbers to come, because if they found 57, there's probably 3 or 4 times that many that they haven't found for sure, easily. Now that's a whole county, so I don't know if they found those in one little area or if they found them scattered out. I wouldn't be terribly concerned if it was a whole county. However, those numbers, when you start hearing about them, it's probably worse than what they're finding, obviously.
What I would like to know, like, what county? Was it near the river? Was it near a lake? How much water's around, flowing water? One thing that I've noticed, knock on wood, the 2 farms that I hunt, they both have spring-fed creeks on them. And I don't know that it has anything to do with anything, but it's always got cold water continuously running. I have never found a deer on either of my farms ever in 25 years that have died from EHD because we have a constant water source.
Well,
I'm
well
just wondering
typically what happens here in Iowa, you get around those farm ponds or those ponds inside the timber, and when there's a drought and the water goes down, those deer have to walk across all that mud to get the water, and it's the midge flies that hatch in that mud that bite the deer that cause the EHD, and therefore it goes on from there. Now, if you've got running water and it's rivers and creeks and you don't have those muddy ponds in your area, you're probably going to have less EHD for sure. But if you've got those ponds, especially in the timber, or just bug infested, you're probably going to have some issues.
Yeah.
How many people on the show tonight, Paul? Do we have very many?
Let's see.
Let's recognize a few of them. How about that?
7 folks. I can't see their individual names unless they comment. John Dallas.
Well, that's okay. Listen,
Bill Smith.
I want to say this.
Reese Every the
You
Third.
guys here, you see it. Hold on. This is the Alpenbresser hat right here. You know what that means. Now tonight, this is kind of a spur of the moment thing. I am going to give away season 1 and season 2 DVDs Through the Eyes of a Hunter turkey hunting. Okay, our first 2, we're on season 4 right now, which is brand new out, and we were late getting it out, so it's brand new. We haven't sold really many yet, so it's like I say, it's just hot off the press. But season 1 and season 2, and I want to give away both of those. So all I would ask people to do is jot down a number, post it 0 to 50. Well, 1 to 50. How about that? And don't wait for people to don't be the last one and knock somebody off by one number. So just whatever number comes to your mind, jot it down. And here in just a few minutes, I'm going to draw a number between 1 and 50, and I'm going to send out season 1 and season 2 DVD Through the Eyes of a Hunter turkey hunting. So, anyways, so
and
jump in on that next week.
On there.
What's that?
I said,
and Mike, you're on there.
Truly. Yeah,
that's right. You're on there. We had some great hunts in Florida. In fact, this year we had some great hunts this year in Florida again, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we had a good turkey season. You had a really good turkey season. I think I'm not for sure yet by the study, but definitely the science behind it shows that Rick White is part of the problem with the declining turkey population.
Well, yeah, I did. I had a great season. We'll just leave it at that. I did have a really good season. And you know what? Some people were struggling this year. I heard people that had great seasons, and I heard people that had really, really tough seasons. And turkey numbers are down, but you just got to learn to adapt and figure out how to hunt them when they're down like that. And, that's what you do.
Yeah, I didn't fill my Indiana tag. And this is the first year that I haven't tagged out everywhere I hunted in a long time. I mean, I didn't tag out in Florida, but I could have, but I ended up coming home early because dog family problems. Mainly just because I had to make sure that my dog did okay so I could bring him back to Iowa this year with me.
Well, yeah, you shot one in Florida the very first morning. I mean, beautiful hunt on video, big turkey, and then I know you had to take off. And you waited for Mike and I, another Mike, to shoot our turkeys before you were going to shoot another one, and then you had to take off. But
Bill Smith,
in Indiana. Yeah, John Dallas and I, and we took out a gal, a granddaughter of a landowner. Her name was Kaylee. She's going to be on the video as well, and she was on last year's video. We all tagged out pretty quick in Indiana. I mean, it was, like I said, great hunts. But anyways, everybody got the
Phil
numbers.
Phil has an answer to the question.
The county?
Yeah, Franklin County had 57, and he says it borders Ohio.
Okay. So it's kind of, it's going to be southeastern corner. of Indiana, and there's quite a few. There's a lot of water over there too.
All right. Well, listen, time has gone pretty fast. Has everybody got their numbers in, Paul? And I'm not seeing any of these numbers, by the way. Huh?
Saying who?
No. Pudgy Mitchell. Pudgy Mitchell says hello from Georgetown, Indiana.
There you go.
Georgetown, Indiana.
All right.
Nobody has picked any numbers that I know of.
No numbers.
He's 13. I got 13.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to give away the DVDs. I mean, some of the people on the show tonight probably already have them, so
that's probably what's going on.
Yeah, I think Phil has them. I know John has them. I know Mike has them. But so nobody wants to guess a number, huh? Okay.
Phil Smith put 6. Sorry.
Well, you can't tell me before I draw the number.
Okay. So I have a few numbers now.
Okay, you got a few numbers. I'm going to reach in and grab one. Okay, we're going to give everyone 30 seconds. 30 seconds more. 1 to 50. Season 1 and Season 2 of our Through the Eyes of a Hunter turkey hunting DVDs. Great turkey hunting action. And these were actually 2 of the DVDs that we did early. And I had a different editor at that point, and we also had a different authorization company, and we've changed all that now. So the quality now is a little bit better than it used to be, but it's still great hunts. So I'm going to draw a number, okay?
Okay.
And I've got a number in my hand. Let me look at it here first. There's the number 47. 47, a big number tonight.
Well, Kaylee Smith has the number 30. Wait, John
number
Dallas.
30?
John Dallas has 41.
Well, he'll tell me to give them to Kaylee, is what he'll do.
Yeah.
Because John's got them, but them Dallases, man, I'm telling you, they need to go to the casino and just live there because they win every week. But I'll check with John. I'm sure he's going to say send those to Kaylee.
He said draw again, but it didn't matter.
Well,
she has the next closest number.
Yep. Yeah, we'll just send them to Kaylee. That'll work out great. Okay, so listen, next week, my guest right now, if everything goes according to plan, is Mr. Phil Dixon, and he is going to talk the science and the importance of scent elimination. He's a marketing guy over at ElimiShield. I've worked with him for years, and listen, I'm telling you, the products are top of the line, and if you want to know why, tune in next week. He'll explain why, because there's a science behind it. So, Mike, hey, thanks for being on the show tonight. I appreciate it, and we'll be seeing you here in just a couple of weeks. So, any last thoughts?
No, not really.
I thought maybe he was going to say, "Yeah, don't come."
Nah, I would say it normally, but you don't bother me too bad. I don't know if let's see, is my smoker back there? Yeah, there it is. You see it over there? Yep, when you get up here, I'm going to be throwing a brisket on that bad boy.
You know, it'd be interesting to be able to partake in all the different cuisines that you guys make, but I can't even get Rick to send me some of the maple syrup.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He wouldn't eat it.
Here we go.
I think he only eats like rabbit and squirrel.
Yeah.
Well, listen, hey, before we sign off, in all seriousness, Mike, I know your daughter has COVID right now. Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing a whole lot better. She just got out of the swimming pool.
Well, good.
And I had her down for
Those
about
kids,
a day.
Yeah. My granddaughter had it about a week and a half ago, and it lasted about a day too. So I'm glad to hear she's doing good.
That's Rick's best
there
friend.
he is, the Mr. Puke dog right there.
That's Rick's buddy.
Yeah, he's
That's
a good
funny.
dog. Okay, listen, guys. make sure you tune in next week. We got a great show scheduled. Mike, thanks again for being on tonight. Paul, thanks for getting everything going. And I am going to go grab Southern Georgia catfish off the grill and eat dinner. We will see you next Wednesday, 6 to 6:30 Central Time. See you then. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching.